They all have maybe ideas, innovative ideas, and always they need the support of the well-established companies. So how we can help them and integrate them with the big companies, they can support them in initiatives or whatever. Maybe they can have part of the big image of the manufacturing, so they can manufacturing a feeding industry for a small parts. And is there any projects for this or any initiatives we can help in this? Thank you.
Thank you very much for your question. It's a very difficult question. And I can answer the question in two ways. In a politically correct way and in a practical way. And I'm going to choose the practical way.
Yes.
The reality is the automotive industry in the continent is facing huge challenges, really huge challenges. And I'm not suggesting that what you said should not take any attention. It should really get the attention of companies. But I think that the companies, even the global ones, are battling to see a clear vision of how to operate in a good way on the continent. One of the biggest challenges that we didn't get a chance to talk about is the flow of used vehicles into the continent. The continent is in a way seen as dumping. Used vehicles represent around 80 to 85% of vehicle purchases in a year. So a country like Egypt, we don't allow used vehicles to come in. South Africa is likewise. But there are big markets where this is a big challenge, and it's going to be more and more in years to come as EVs come in place, and we're going to see lots of internal combustion engine vehicles not needed on the European continent, not needed in Japan, and you're going to see huge flow going into Africa. So I just picked one big challenge, but the companies are so absorbed in getting this right so that they can really do a good business. Now, let me switch to the politically correct question. I think, yes, there has to be space for development of entrepreneurs and of new ideas. And I'll give you a good example of something that I have recently had a chance to talk to one of the big OEMs about. In Egypt, we have a great opportunity to develop CNG vehicles. The government has this replacement program for CNG vehicles. One of the biggest challenges is the gas tank. Now, what happens is the big OEMs design a car that has a fuel tank, a gasoline or petrol or benzene, and then when you convert it, you don't remove that, so the space is taken, and then you put another vessel for this compressed CNG. Now, with some development work, a lot can be done to make these cars much more practical and available to the general public. And that's a good step on the way to more environmentally friendly cars vis-a-vis the cars. So it would be very good if we can embark on a policy to develop these ideas and do the development. Now, if there is a good vision for where the industry is going and how it will develop, big companies can nurture this type of development. So
the first answer was very practical. The second answer was very politically correct. Okay, we have time for two more questions if you would like. حضرتك تفضل حضرتك تفضل.
Good evening. Osama Fahmi, Jet Zone International CEO. I have a note and a question. The first note, our company started as an initiative with IATF and Afrexim Bank, and they supported us from 2 or 3 branches. Now we become 25 branches all over the world. So this is the note. So thank you for IATF and Afrexim Bank for the support in this long journey of 3 or 4 years. The questions to Mr. Mohammed, that AFCFTA, before we have COMESA, now we have the new AFCFTA. FTA, I think COMESA don't protect the traders and give them confidence to make safe business in Africa. Okay? I think, or I ask you, if AFCFTA will make a unified regulations and laws all over Africa to protect traders from each other, most of us know that regulations and laws make the road for people. Maybe I'm a trader and I have no ethics. I'm Egyptian, South African, Ghanaian. I have no ethics. But
I know you have a lot of ethics.
yeah. I give example that we need with this agreement to have regulations unified in all African countries, which protect traders and give safe environment to make a business. This is a question.
So your question is to
Yes,
Mr.
to
Mohammed.
Mr. Mohammed, because this
Okay.
belong to the agreement. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. As I said, the main architecture of the agreement itself has two phases. In the first phase, we had protocol and trading goods, protocol and trading services, and our heads of states insisted to have a third protocol, which is a dispute settlement mechanism. So it is already embedded, it is already there, it is already been ratified by 40 parliaments from 40 African states. So you will have the safety in terms of dispute. However, we need to if we are putting things into perspective, this dispute mechanism will use the goodwill, will use the good office, will use the no-win trade dispute mechanism. But it is not for business to use. It is for governments. It is very important point, not over-promise. It is not for you to go and initiate a dispute against country. It is for your government to engage discussion and engage legal process with different government. However, you will have a separate arrangement that is dedicated for business sector that will allow the first degree of dispute to be settled. Thank you.
Final question. I have two ladies with two questions, so we'll have two questions since there are two ladies.
مساء الخير، أنا ليلى البسيوني المدير التنفيذي لجمعية سيدات أعمال مصر. سؤال عندي أكتر من سؤال. سؤالي لحضرتك، الشباب أنت بتقول الشباب هيكونوا طالعين ليهم جزء من المعرض ده ولا لا؟ تعريفك للشباب اللي هو أنهي عمر؟ دي واحد.
اللي أصغر مني على طول.
أوكي. السؤال الثاني حضرتك بخصوص البلاتفورم اللي قلت عليها اللي خاصه بهيئه تنميه الصادرات منذ انشائها لغايه النهارده، حضرتك شايف هل هي ساعدت في فعلا تنميه الصادرات المصريه؟ ولو شايف ان النتائج غير مرضيه او محتاجه حاجه، ايه الحاجه اللي انت شايف ان هي
خلي بالك
ناقصه؟
هو بقاله شهرين بس.
شهرين بس؟ انا بسمع انه بقاله كتير بيتعمل.
لا
اوكي. السؤال الثالث بعد اذنك كمان، احنا بالنسبه للمنظمين، احنا في 2018 استاذه امنيه اشارت ان هي شاركت في المعرض ده، كان عن طريق ان احنا كجمعيه كنا واخدين سبيشال ريتس فور ذا وومن، الومن امباورمنت، فبالتالي هي وغيرها واكثر من عارضه من الموجودين عندنا في الجمعيه قدروا يشاركوا في المعرض ده. طلعنا بنتائج حلوه، بس حابين نعرف ايه العيوب اللي هتكون مش موجوده، لان هي برضو من ضمن الكومنتس ان هو كان البي تو بي مش منظم، ان البايرز از ديفرنت ذان السيلرز او العارضين الموجودين. فهل هيكون في دعم السنه دي برضو للسيدات ولا لا؟ وتو افويد
انت عايزه دعم الشباب ودعم السيدات
طبعا
مع بعض يعني
شكرا.
50% و50% مش كده؟
بالظبط كده. شكرا.
طيب. اتفضل يا فندم.
طيب بالنسبه للبورتال بتاع الهيئه زي ما قلت لحضرتك، احنا هو يعني شبه في المتوسط شهريا بيستقبل 216 انكوايريز من الشركات. حقيقي بنعمل برضو وذلك احنا بندعو الناس تشوف البورتال، تشارك، تتفاعل معه. فمش من دلوقتي نقدر نحكم عليه مباشرة، لازم يحدث تفاعل من مجتمع الاعمال مع هذا البورتال. دي حاجه. الحاجه الثانيه في برضو زي ما قلت لحضرتك احنا مشتركين مع الانفو تندر الويب سايت، وده بيتيح قدر كبير جدا من التندرز ومن العطاءات والمعلومات بتاعت الشركات للعطاء للعقود الخارجيه امام الشركات المصريه. فاحنا احنا محتاجين قدر من التفاعل مع هذا عندنا على البورتال حوالي اكثر من 4750 شركه مشاركين، بس احنا عايزين تفاعل اكثر واكثر من الشركات. احنا لو فعلا استغلنا هذه الآلية ممكن نحقق نتائج كويسة. شكرا.
شكرا. So do you have an answer to the question about women? I mean, are you supporting women or you're anti-women? Yes, sir. Sure. I'll just get the answer, or you want to answer that? لحظة واحدة بس. You would like to answer the point about women? Oh, excellent.
No, the question, I wanted to speak generally.
Now go ahead, go ahead, Professor, and then we have the last question. Go ahead, please,
Okay.
after you.
Well, it's general, not a question.
Okay.
That's why
I will accept that because you're the president.
No, okay, thank you very much. I just wanted to say that the promotion of regional trade, intra-African trade, is a holistic effort involving politics, governments, businesses, NGOs, youth, women, everybody. We all have to play our part. One key element is the IATF. However, I say something here because it's important. The important political act has been done by our leaders, and that is signing and ratifying the AFCFTA. 5-10 years ago, nobody ever thought this was possible. People thought there would be a call from some capital and some African countries would pull away. But it didn't happen, and they signed. But that will not bring the trade. It will not make the trade happen. It only provides the platform. So you can understand why we are doing what we are doing. So everybody has to contribute. Working with the AFCFTA, we have put in place a whole lot of effort, instruments, and activities to make sure that the intentions of the leaders, and all of us, that the intentions are realized. Because we know that the reason we are the poorest part of the world is because years of colonial rule has fragmented our continent, and we are not trading amongst ourselves. We're not doing anything with ourselves. So what we are trying to do is to reverse engineer what was done years ago. For us, at our President Bank, working with the FCFTA Secretariat, we're just like twins on this. We are committed that we will double what we've done in terms of financing. We did $20 million last 5 years, $1 billion last 5 years for intra-African trade. We've decided we will do $40 billion. But to do this, we need more capital. We are happy that the African Union approved an increase in capitalization of our President Bank by another $6.5 billion, and that process is going on. Working with the FCFTA Secretariat, we're trying to make sure that the kind of issues that was raised here did not arise. What will determine which borders will remain open and the ones that will be closed is what happens to countries that use tariff as a source of fiscal revenue, not as trade policy. There are some countries where just import duty accounts for even 70% of their revenues. So you are telling them, remove the tariff for intra-African trade. If you remove the tariff, Egyptian textiles will replace Chinese textiles, where they normally take tariff. So what have we done? We've worked to put in place an adjustment facility. We think it will be $8 billion. So the countries that will suffer those losses are compensated to enable them build up their facilities. We also have put up the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System. We know that part of the problem diverting trade out of Africa is because you have to first export and make foreign currency before you can then trade with your neighbor, buy something from your neighbor in foreign currency. But we want to make sure that an Egyptian buys a Kenyan good as if he was buying goods from just across the street. A Kenyan buys South African goods as if he was buying goods from just the next neighbor. And that's what the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System is intended to do. So we pay for intra-African trade in our local currencies. We domesticate it. That will boost the trade. That will increase production. And of course, the digital platforms, the type he has said, what he has said here. I just mentioned some of these. Then there is something that all of these require. That we all make sure we put pressure on our governments to do what they have to do. They've signed agreements, but they have to support all these things we're talking about. Those who have to pay equity to make Afghanistan Bank stronger to do what he has to do have to pay. Those who have to join the payment system have to join quickly. Those who have to do the transit guarantee, to sign on to it, have to sign on to it. But they cannot sign unless you businesses push them. If you remain passive, everybody will be passive. The old system will remain because the old system is the easy one. But that's what kills us. That's what I wanted to say, and I wanted to bring it up because the IATF is the path. It's a means to an end, but not the end. We will all work together to get to the end. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Benedict. Thank you very much. طيب أنا هدي إحنا كنا وعدنا حد بس بسؤال أخير، إحنا عدينا وقتنا بقالنا شوية، فالحد اللي أنا وعدته أرجوكم اتفضلوا.
أنا سؤالي للسيد رئيس هيئة تنمية الصادرات.
أنتوا فجأة بقيتوا اثنين. هو تعب على فكرة الستات كده.
معلش بقى حضرتك لازم تاخدنا إحنا الاثنين.
طب ممكن سريعا سؤال واحد سريع.
أنا دكتورة رندا الشافعي، استشاري تطوير في مؤسسة إيماكي الخراء في الكويت، وأمين عام مساعد لجنة شؤون سياسية حزب حماة الوطن، ودكتورة في الأكاديمية العربية للعلوم المصرفية للتسويق الإلكتروني. أنا عندي لحضرتك سؤال خاص بشباب مبادرة حياة كريمة.
ده لمين السؤال؟
السيد رئيس هيئة تنمية الصادرات. هل هيتم إلقاء الضوء على شباب مبادرة حياة كريمة والمنتجات الخاصة بالقرى وربطها ببوابة الصادرات وتنمية المهارات التسويقية لديهم وإنشاء وحدات تسويقية داخل المراكز والقرى وتسويق المنتجات الخاصة بيهم؟
ده ايه ده سؤال سياسي ده خالص. طب هستاذن حضرتك هناخد السؤال الثاني برضو عشان اتفضلي حضرتك.
أنا منال سعد عرفة من عاصمة الثقافة والاقتصاد الأفريقي أسوان.
أهلا وسهلا.
أهلا بحضرتك. أنا بس كنت عايزة يعني أسأل المنصة عموما دور بالنسبة لمحافظات جنوب الصعيد، دور الجهات الموجودة معانا دلوقتي مع الشباب والمرأة بالذات، ويمكن الأخت كمان اتكلمت عن حياة كريمة لأن احنا عندنا حاجات الحرفية وخاصة أسوان فيها ثروات كتير جدا. اللي أنا بسمعه دلوقتي مش واصل للشباب والمرأة هناك وكده، اللي بيبقى قريب من القاهرة بيبقى عارف ومطلع وبيوصل للتدريب وبيوصل لده كله، لكن عندنا ما فيش. فكنا عايزين نوصل نعرف الدور ايه بالنسبه لنا هناك، ان الحاجات اللي اتكلمنا فيها النهارده دي توصل. الحاجه الثانيه ازاي نساعدهم برضو ان هم يوصلوا للقاره الافريقيه بسهوله من خلال مشروعات وايجاد مصدرين جداد يعني.
تمام.
لان في شباب عندنا بيبقى عنده فكره وقادر على التنفيذ بس مفيش راس مال.
هو الوحيد اللي يجاوب على كل الاسئله دي هو الاستاذ محمد، لان هو الوحيد الحكومه اللي فينا.
حتى في الخاص يا فندم، يعني ما احنا برضه القطاع الخاص احنا دلوقتي ما عندناش مستثمرين كبار في الجنوب، فكله بيجي من بعيد.
تمام.
شكرا يا فندم.
اتفضل.
طيب انا يعني هأكرر الكلام اللي قلته. حقيقي احنا زي ما يعني ذكرت انه الهيئه بالتعاون مع الاي تي سي ومع الوكاله الاسلاميه لتمويل التجاره بنشارك في مشروع شي تريدز ايجيبت. شي تريدز ايجيبت ده بيؤهل القدرات التصديريه للمراه وخاصه للمشروعات الصغيره والمتوسطه، وركزنا بالتحديد على قطاع الصناعات الحرفيه، واخترنا 50 شركه وبندربهم على كل آليات وكل متطلبات الدخول للأسواق الأفريقية، وإزاي يرتقوا بكفاءاتهم التصديرية وكفاءاتهم الإنتاجية، وإزاي يتواصلوا أو يعني يبقوا متصلين مع سلاسل الإمداد المحلية وسلاسل الإمداد العالمية، وإزاي يتعرفوا على الأسواق الخارجية. ده مثال إحنا شغالين عليه فيما يتعلق بالشي تريدز ايجيبت. ممكن برضه من خلال لأن إحنا برضه من ضمن أهداف وآليات الهيئة احنا برضه بنوسع قاعدة المصدرين عندنا عشان تشمل منتجي ومصدري الصناعات الصغيرة والمتوسطة، وبنركز على الصناعات الحرفية بالتحديد. فهذه من ضمن كلها، بس عايزة مشاركة منهم.
ما تهربش من إجابة حياة كريمة. ها؟
لا. فيما يتعلق هو حقيقي أنا صعيدي بالمناسبة، وفي حاجات كتير في الصعيد محتاجة فعلا. احنا هنركز ان شاء الله في الهيئة من ضمن البرامج التدريبية بالتعاون مع هيئة التنمية مع الوكالة الإسلامية. هنعمل برامج تدريبية في أسوان وفي هنا زي ما عملنا في دمياط، واستهدفنا قطاع الأساس بالتحديد. هنروح برضو محافظات الصعيد، وحقيقي فعلا صناعة السكر هناك أنا حقيقي يمكن كنت اقترحت الاقتراح ده قبل كده، انه احنا عندنا صناعة سكر عريقة جدا، ممكن نتعاون مع الإخوان الأفارقة ونأهل لهم صناعات السكر في الدول الأفريقية، ونستورد إنتاجهم أو فائض إنتاجهم من السكر ونعيد تكريره في مصانعنا. قصة صناعة السكر أنا كنت اقترحت هذا الاقتراح قبل كده مع وزير الخارجية وزير التجارة الصومالي، وهي فعلا احنا عندنا يعني خبرة عريقة في هذا المجال، بالإضافة لحاجات تانية كتيرة.
تمام، شكرا لحضرتك. دكتور يسري، حضرتك كنت طلبت دقيقة كده في الختام، فأرجو إنها تبقى دقيقة.
نص دقيقة.
تمام.
طبعا أنا بشكرك أستاذ بيه على تحت الفرصة. يمكن احنا عندنا توجه إن شاء الله إن احنا نكون لينا مكتب تمثيل في أسوان، لأن احنا عندنا مكاتب تمثيل في 11 دولة في القارة، فاحنا إن شاء الله بنخطط إن احنا يكون لنا تمركز تاني في القاهرة يكون في أسوان، وده قريب السنة دي سنة 21. خليني بس قبل ما انهي الكلمه اللي انا كنت عايزها، انه الداعم اللي دعمنا كتير جدا في شراكه استراتيجيه معالي السفير الدكتور محمد البرنج عميد السفراء الافارقه وسفير الكاميرون، ويعني دعمنا في اجتماعاتنا مع السفراء الافارقه تحديدا في كثير من المحافل. انا شاكر فضلك على اتاحه الفرصه.
شاكر لحضراتكم. طبعا عايز اقول ان لما تروحوا، اذا كنتوا هتروحوا تحضروا هذا المعرض والمؤتمر، خلي بالكم جنوب افريقيا ساحره، فساحره ممكن تاخدكم بعيدا عن الاعمال وتروحوا تستمتعوا بوقتكم هناك، لان بجد المكان هناك مكان رائع. وتوقيت المعرض توقيت الجو دفى هناك عكس طبعا الاتجاهات، فاللي رايحين هيتبسطوا. بشكر محدثينا الكرام. لسه ما خلصناش يومنا على فكره، احنا لسه موجودين وقاعدين، عندنا حاجات كتير قوي هنقدمها لكم، لكن ده بعتبره ان هو ختام لهذه الجلسه الحواريه اللي بشكر محدثينا ان هم اثروها هذا الثراء الجيد، ومداخلات حضراتكم اللي كانت كلها في محلها. شكرا ليكم. طيب ladies and gentlemen, سيدات والسادة، احنا كنا
موسيقانا هي دقة قلبنا.
We were talking about entrepreneurship a lot in the panel discussion. Let's see together this video.
موسيقانا هي دقة قلبنا، أفلامنا هي رؤيتنا، أزياؤنا هي وجودنا، كلماتنا هي صوتنا، فننا هو مستقبلنا. مبدعو أفريقيا ينهضون وسط اقتصاد متحرك جاهز للاستثمار والنمو. ستقام قمة رابطة أفريقيا المبدعة برعاية البنك الأفريقي للتصدير والاستيراد في ديربان كوازولو ناتال جنوب أفريقيا في الفترة ما بين 15 وال21 من نوفمبر 2021. بوجود أكثر من 3000 مشارك من مختلف أنحاء أفريقيا والعالم، فإن تجمع أفريقيا المبدعة سيكون أكبر تجمع شهدته أفريقيا للمبدعين وصناع السياسات والمستثمرين والممولين والقادة الماليين والحكوميين. للمزيد من التفاصيل والتسجيل قم بزيارة المعرض الأفريقي للتجارة البينية.
البرزنتيشن المهمة اللي جاية لأنها دي تعتبر جزء مهم جدا من جلسة النهاردة. Ladies and gentlemen, the coming presentation is a very important part of today's events, so I kindly ask you to be seated. Please be seated, ladies and gentlemen. We have this very fine lady who is going to give us a very interesting presentation.
Okay. Good afternoon, distinguished guests. Good afternoon, everybody. I won't be long. If you could just kindly take your seat for a short presentation. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, distinguished guests. All protocol observed. If you don't mind just taking your seats for 5 more minutes. My name is Janice Costa, and we're excited to share some insights to what we have in store for you at the second edition of IATF 2021, which will be hosted in the city of Durban in KwaZulu-Natal from the 15th to the 21st November. Committed to transforming Africa, Afreximbank launched the biannual Intra-Africa Trade Fair in 2018 that was held here in Egypt as a unique platform to connect buyers and sellers and investors. IATF is a bank initiative that is done in collaboration with the African Union, the AFCFTA Secretariat, and the Government of the Republic of South Africa and the Provincial Government of KwaZulu-Natal will host the second edition of Intra-Africa Trade Fair in Durban. The first edition, Intra-Africa Trade Fair is a critical factor for unlocking Africa's economic potential. A strong focus will be placed on recognizing growth opportunities for intra-African cross-border trade and investments. Our theme for 2021 is building bridges for a successful AFCFTA. The IATF is essentially a gateway into AFCFTA, heralding what will be the biggest free trade area in the world. The first edition of IATF, held here in Cairo, provided a platform for sharing trade and investment and market information and enabled buyers, sellers, investors, and countries to meet and conclude deals. Businesses were encouraged and facilitated to hold discussions related to potential deals of mutual interest and to share information. Over 45 countries were also able to showcase their country's key export products, associated strengths to scout for suppliers, buyers, and investors. The target for trade and investment deals in 2018 was $25 billion, and the deals concluded was $32 billion, which showed the success of the event. The second edition of Intra-Africa Trade Fair is expected to be bigger and aims to attract over 5,000 conference delegates, 1,100 exhibitors, including over 10,000 visitors and buyers over the 7 days from 55 countries, who will engage to grow trade and investment on the African continent, with more than 40 billion in trade and investment deals are expected at IATF 2021. The key verticals of the second edition include a trade and exhibition forum, a trade and investment summit, IATF virtual, our country day, our Creative Africa Nexus program, B2B and B2G exchanges, IATF Youth Startup Program, IATF Youth, the new IATF Youth Startup Program, and our IATF show. The exhibition vertical allows government agencies and large corporates to set up pavilions, SMEs to take stands, enabling you to customize your exhibition to fit your unique requirement and the opportunity to showcase your goods and services. The exhibition will be a hybrid event that will consist of a B2B, B2G, B2C, and a G2G component. A core element of the exhibition involves our hosted buyers program that many questions were asked about. African buyers from key sectors will be hosted to ensure that pre-scheduled meetings are arranged with exhibitors, resulting in business deals. A minimum of 310 buyers, mainly from the African continent, will be matched with participating exhibitors. An online business matchmaking program will be set up, matching buyers and exhibitors. Speed networking sessions will be held where exhibitors and buyers will have the opportunity to exchange business cards in a limited time managed format. Our Trade and Investment Forum is a 4-day conference that will feature leading African and international speakers with a variety of sessions dealing with African trade and investment. The IATF conference agenda will focus on the theme, Building Bridges for a Successful AFCFTA, bringing business owners and investors together to share, learn, find solutions, as well as conclude deals and investments. CANEX at IATF2021 promises to be the highlight of Africa's creative and cultural calendar, with hundreds of creators gathering in Durban, South Africa, to exhibit, showcase, and network. Creative Africa Nexus and IATF 2021 will bring together the best and brightest of Africa's creative sector through a substantial exhibition space, B2B and B2G meeting opportunities, and a comprehensive program of engaging conversations, panel discussions, live performances, installations, and screening, with a 2-day high-level summit on the 19th and 20th of November. Please be sure to engage with CANEX on social media. They have their own platforms across Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Another key vertical is our Country Days. Countries have been invited to bid for the Country Day feature. There are only 6 available slots, and the countries will have an opportunity to showcase their trade, investment, tourism, creative, and cultural opportunities from their country. Currently, we have South Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, and Ivory Coast who will be committing to the Country Days. The IATF Automotive will present a platform for car manufacturers, assemblers, OEMs, and component suppliers to exhibit their products and also interact with potential buyers. IATF Automotive Show has 3 components as follows: a dedicated exhibition area, an automotive forum, a B2B and a B2G platform. Another exciting addition to our 2021, is the Youth Startup Program. This will provide a platform for youth startups, SMEs throughout Africa, to gain support through capacity development and mentoring, networking, access to finance, supportive infrastructure, enabling policies and market linkages. The youth segment will have a dedicated youth pavilion and will also have a place where they can showcase their goods and services, and we will provide opportunities for matchmaking with venture capitalists, investors, training, networking amongst the youth and other delegates at IATF. Our IATF Virtual is an all-year-round platform that connects buyers and sellers from Africa and beyond. So this brings exhibitors and visitors from all sectors. It's a platform for attendees and non-attendees to connect in real time during and after the event. We also have merchandise. Be sure to get yourself kitted out for the event. We've also got a marketplace where we will connect exhibitors to sell their wares, and we have a great selection of merchandise for sale. So how can you participate? There's various ways you can participate and benefit from IATF. Sign up for an IATF virtual booth and benefit from the 365 24/7 platform, or sign up for an exhibition booth in Durban and benefit from connecting in real time with buyers and sellers and investors and all the African governments in one place. Or you can register as a visitor or a delegate for free. You can do this. Registration is open on our website. Just go to our website and click registration, and you may register to attend the event in Durban. Or you can sponsor. Join our partners who are benefiting from enhanced benefits of being associated to IATF. We offer customized sponsorship opportunities for businesses big and small. As a partner, you will benefit to access of over 1,000 buyers, 1,100 exhibitors, 10,000 visitors. IATF is the only platform where you will have access to meet the 55 African governments, qualified global hosted buyers and investment. Why not get your brand associated with a captive audience who could be your next big business opportunity? So what do we need from you? We need you to follow us and engage on social media through Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter. Be sure to tag the official IATF handle and use the hashtag IATF. Our customer service team is also available to answer any questions, to facilitate your registration, or any information you may have. Or you may sign up on the virtual trade fair and attend our virtual events. And most importantly, book a stand or become a sponsor to be part of this conversation. I urge you, don't miss this opportunity to be part as we develop intra-Africa trade. Our website is being currently updated constantly with new information. Stay in touch through our social media platforms for the most up-to-date information. We look forward to seeing you in the beautiful city of Durban in KwaZulu-Natal from the 15th to the 21st November. Shukran, and we're available after the program to sign up your exhibition stand and sign up your sponsorship opportunity. Thank you. Did I take your papers? Do you need this?
That was straightforward advertising, right? Okay, now we're coming to the best of the best, as they say, in the conclusion of today's very informative session, which I personally have enjoyed being among this wonderful gathering of people. And I'm grateful to the Afrexim Bank that they gave me the opportunity to be here with you. I would like to have the concluding remarks for this important session from His Excellency Joseph Mashimbai, the South African Ambassador to Egypt, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, before I make acknowledgements of everybody that's here, allow me to talk about a man. Mr. Osama Kamal, I can see he's walking out of the room. He's an articulate, very efficient, with a great sense of humor, who managed to steer our meeting here today in the most resounding, successful way. Thank you so much, Mr. Osama. I have decided, with the powers bestowed on me by the South African government, to appoint you South Africa's honorary counsel. Because of the manner in which you represented my country, you are a good man. Ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellencies, Madam Maya Asal, I got to know what her name means. Her name means water, the surname means honey. But I'm telling you about her because she asked me a question. After we showed a video of KwaZulu-Natal and Durban, she asked me a question: are those beaches real? Are they fake just for the video presentation? Well, I didn't answer her, I laughed, but I'm ready to answer you now. There's only one way to find out. Come to Durban. I will facilitate your visa myself for free. Not only are those beaches real, I must assure you that you would have read and heard that there are many sharks there, but South African sharks are vegetarian, so not to worry. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to recognize the presence of the president of Afreximbank, Dr. Orama, the presence of the representatives of the ministries that spoke here. I also wish to recognize the presence of the ambassador of Cameroon, who is the dean of the African group of ambassadors. Thank you so much, Ambassador. I do know that the ambassadors of Zambia and Malawi are also here. Your Excellencies, thank you so much for gracing this important gathering. Do forgive me that I will not go through the entire list of your distinguished selves. What I do, however, want to say is this is a very impressive, high caliber, high quality attendance of this roadshow, and it is a testament of the steadfastness, Africa focus of President Al-Sisi. I have said to many people that I'm lucky to be South Africa's ambassador at this time, because this is a time when Egypt has decided that Africa is their home, that they will trade with Africa, that they will work with Africa. And this big attendance here is a testament to that good leadership. A round of applause for Egyptians and a good leadership. On behalf of the government of the Republic of South Africa, let me take this opportunity to extend esteemed greetings to you all present here this afternoon. Thank you indeed for gracing us with your presence. I'm very pleased that the Honorable MEC, Mr. Ravi Pillay, is here with us, and I welcome you to this beautiful land. Your presence here today is a testament of the South African government's belief in strengthening of political and economic relations between South Africa and Egypt. Ladies and gentlemen, meetings of this kind don't just happen. I think it will be most appropriate for me to start by thanking Madame Kanayo Awani and her Afreximbank team for putting together this significant event. It has been a great pleasure to be part of it, and I wish to also thank not only Madame Awani, but the President of Afreximbank. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the constructive interaction we have witnessed throughout the program today serves as an example of the potential of intra-African cooperation towards achieving the Africa we want as envisaged in Agenda 2063. The wide-ranging discussions which have taken place here today have provided us with the necessary guidance and mandate to kickstart intra-African trade under the auspices of the African Continental Free Trade Area, and to help the continent to rebuild our economy and engage and emerge stronger from the pandemic of COVID-19. Your Excellencies, there is no doubt that the roadshows that are taking place across the continent in the build up to the Intra-African Trade Fair are a key in highlighting substantial advantages and benefits of participating in the IATF 2021. These roadshows are critical steps for laying stronger foundations towards making sustainable business deals during the fair. Therefore, the IATF 2021 becomes vital to fostering intra-African trade and creating valuable platforms where African buyers, sellers, businesses, investors, and governments connect in exploration for an integrated African market under the trade area. IATF 2021 reminds us of Africa's interconnectedness and of the urgent need for the intra-African trade to reignite economic opportunities on our continent. It is for this reason, ladies and gentlemen, that we must commend the sterling work of Afrexim Bank that they have been doing in organizing the trade fair in Durban. They have traversed the continent to create maximum awareness among various strategic stakeholders about the IATF 2021, and more importantly, in terms of funding projects to enable intra-African trade, and recently its important role in leading the fight against COVID-19. The bank has also been very keen to fund projects in my own country, as evidenced by successfully supported South African state-owned entities such as ESCOM, and ongoing discussions with the South African Embassy in Cairo, and recently with our Minister of Public Works and Infrastructure, Ms. Patricia de Lille, during her recent visit in Egypt in June 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, as a sign of confidence in South Africa, the bank has decided to hold its second edition in Durban, KwaZulu-Natal, from the dates stated 15 to 21 November. In this regard, South Africa stands ready to host, as you heard from the MEC Pillay, the most successful IAFT 2021, and it will be great to see you take part in the fair. As I conclude, allow me to say that I had an opportunity to participate in the roadshow in South Africa, and I can tell you now that South Africa is ready to welcome you all in our shores next month in November. We are open for business, and with our world-class infrastructure, we are geared for attracting foreign direct investment and stimulating economic development, as well as strengthening the public-private partnership. We will host the most successful IAFT 2021 on behalf of the continent. I do wish you a successful and wonderful IAFT 2021. See you in Durban. Thank you.
Mr. Ambassador, you've been very kind to me. Thank you very much. But I'll take you on whatever you promised. I probably ask for even nationality of South Africa. Actually, of His Excellency, the Ambassador, is something quite common in South Africa. The kindness of the people there is something that you would definitely feel as you go by. I've been blessed by being to the beautiful country more than one time, and in all cases, I've been treated very well in every place I went to, in every town I visited. So I'm sure this is why when I'm talking to people saying that you will enjoy yourselves, watch out, because the charm of the country will take you away from the business. But all the same, I wish you successful business. Right now, we've come to the conclusion of this beautiful day. What is left is the cherry on the icing, which is lunch. So lunch will be served in the garden, and you're also most welcome to register yourselves on the website of the event, and as Janice was telling you, all the different media that you could be joining. Thank you very much again for giving me this opportunity to be among you. Enjoy your day and enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.